Now, in this world, there is a lot of fear, anxiety, and intimidation, enough to go around in just about every topic of life that you can think of. And I guess Harley Davidson really shouldn't be any different when it comes right down to it. Now, when I looked up the definition of intimidation, it was to intimidate or to make fearful. And that makes perfect sense with what we're talking about. And when it comes to Harley Davidson, I can think of maybe 3 or 4 different subcategories, let's say, that I wanted to hit the highlights on these and see what you guys think about them as well. Now, the first category that I can think of when it comes to Harley Davidson and intimidation is the intimidation of what most people think a biker is like. You know, leather, black shirts, drinking beer, whiskey, loud, getting in fights, everything, the stereotypical biker that you can think of. That's what probably a lot of people think of, and it's very intimidating. Now, I know if you weren't raised in that type of culture, if it becomes new to you, let's say you're new to motorcycling, then yeah, I would say that would be very, very intimidating, depending on your lifestyle and your hobbies and interests and those type of things. Would be very intimidating. But most people think, you know, big old bearded, greasy bikers, they're just out to cause trouble. But I'll tell you what, one thing that I've learned in this whole process of getting involved with motorcycling is bikers are the nicest, most respectful, kind and caring people I've ever come up with. So if you're listening to this or watching this and bikers intimidate you, for the most part, you really have nothing to worry about. Okay, so bullet point number 2 would be walking into a Harley Davidson dealership for the first time. I don't know about you guys, but that was extremely intimidating to me. Extremely intimidating. Now, I knew how to ride a motorcycle already, but I'd never owned a Harley Davidson, never even ridden a Harley Davidson. Luckily enough, I was able to walk through the doors of White Lightning Harley Davidson and meet this guy by the name of Rusty. And Rusty is a great guy. I'm still friends with him on Facebook to this day. We chit-chat from time to time. He is a good dude, a really good dude. And he knew that I really didn't have any idea what I was talking about. Didn't really know the terminology and the usage and that type of thing. And he kind of, you know, took me under his wing and showed me around and introduced me to the motorcycles and those type of things. And that was the first Harley Davidson that I bought. I bought a black 2018 Road King, and it was a fantastic motorcycle. And you know, Harley Davidson motorcycles to some can be intimidating, just the motorcycles themselves. I mean, let's think of it. Some of the baggers, like the Road Glides, Street Glides, those type of motorcycles, like the one I'm on right now, you know, 800-900 pounds. They're loud, they're heavy, they're fast, they're dangerous. All of those things can be very intimidating to someone who's not used to it. Again, someone who's not brought up in that type of culture, or maybe they've just not been around it. They're new to it. So Harley Davidson motorcycles in and of themselves, while I think they are a thing of beauty, there is no doubt about it, and I love the Harley Davidson brand. I'm a fan of Harley Davidson brand. There is no doubt about it. The motorcycles can be very intimidating for some. And then when you buy the Harley Davidson motorcycle, you've got to ride the Harley Davidson motorcycle. Now for me, when I bought that Road King, I already had my motorcycle endorsement, so that wasn't a problem. I'd been riding a Yamaha V-Star and a Yamaha Roadstar, and so I was able to buy the bike, just jump on it and go. But a lot of people aren't able to do that. You know, maybe they're not comfortable riding a Harley right out of the dealership. Maybe they are studying to get their motorcycle endorsement, or maybe they don't have a lot of experience. And that can be very intimidating as well. I'll tell you what, getting your motorcycle endorsement can be very intimidating, especially if you go to a class at your local Harley Davidson dealership. With me, I went to a community college here in Chattanooga and took the motorcycle safety course. But you know what? When we're talking about fear and intimidation, if you want to do something good for someone, and that's, oh man, that's what this world needs right now, is doing something good for someone. If you want to do something good for someone and nurture them and help them get into the motorcycle culture, take that class with them. Yeah, take it with them, even if you already have your motorcycle endorsement. Now, I say that because some dear friends of mine, John and Cynthia, now John has probably been riding his whole life. He's been riding a long time. And the guy took the class with me. Him and his wife took a weekend out of their schedule, out of their busy schedule, and went and took the class with me, just so that I would feel comfortable, secure, and if I had any questions, they were there to help. And I'll never forget that. I will never forget that. I think it's just awesome. It's one of the things that really helped catapult me into my love for motorcycling and my love for Harley Davidson. So if you want to do something good for someone, take the motorcycle safety course with them. Well, we'll see what this video looks like when I get done with editing and it's in post, but I think this one's going to be a quick one. But just a message that I had on my mind that I wanted to communicate to you guys. So let me know, out of the list that I created, if there is something that you can think of that is intimidating about the Harley Davidson culture, please let me know. I would love to get your feedback. Well, thank you guys very much for your time. I certainly appreciate it. If you would, please like and subscribe. I hope you have an excellent day, and we'll talk to you again soon.